Just got up. It's 2:22 in the morning. I'm pondering the meaning from me to we. It seems like man has been living the dream for so long. At times it's been a nightmare. At times it's been a beautiful dream. Man has been repeating the same actions for thousands of years. They constantly repeat themselves. Why does man continue to fight wars? Wars have never solved anything, yet they still continue to this day. Each century, our weapons are more sophisticated. Today, we have weapons that can destroy the world 100 times over. Yet, we still are on the lookout to create even more destruction. I love to watch the geese and ducks fly in the sky. My wife and I love it. They fly in incredible formations and can change and morph in many different patterns on the fly. They are in sync with nature. It seems like they are totally united and flying as one. Personally, I think man's problem stems from the fact that we are so identified on me. My nation is better than your nation. My religion is better than yours. I'm going to heaven while you are going to hell. God is on my side and not on your side. It's all me, and me. Currently, we have a president who loves to divide the country. He gets a big kick out of this. His tweets. He tweets whatever comes to his mind. He has no ethics whatsoever. You see, when you aren't aware of your true nature, you act in ways that aren't in harmony with the universe. For example, why don't we elect leaders that are kind, loving, and compassionate? Some are, yet our political system is in shambles. We are totally divided. Our political system is at a standstill. Nothing can get done. Blame is put on both sides of the parties. You see, our mentality is us versus them. We have been this way for thousands of years. Emotionally, man has been stagnant for ever so long. Yet we have progressed in technology. Thousands of people have tried to make this world a better place. The spark of the universe lies inside. This book is about how we can transform from me to we. I believe this is our answer. All the great masters talked about this in their beautiful ways. Man thinks that his consciousness only exists in his brain. He has created himself distant from life itself. According to Einstein, E is equals mc squared. Show me then where consciousness does not exist, inside of a flower or a car. The whole universe is alive. Man just thinks he is alone. The wise man has said that you are the universe. You just don't know it. Your true nature is kind. You are love and compassion. You are tolerant and patient. You do not judge. You aren't a bully. You are not full of anger and resentment. Unfortunately, we have lost touch with our true nature. Consequently, we feel separate from each other. We have forgotten our true nature. As I said in the intro, the problem is me. We have lived in this manner for thousands of years. Recently, science and religion are almost talking about the same thing. In the quantum field, time and space does not exist, yet it exists everywhere. We all come from the quantum. Did you know that this field is alive and conscious? This is who you truly are. Imagine you have a body and a soul. A part of your body lives in this quantum energy known as God. A part of you never left. Imagine there are probably around 6 billion people on this planet. Each one of these precious human beings has a part of them connected to God. Each one of them has a higher self. The quantum field is like a vast cosmic soup where the entire universe is comprised. You and I are all united into this soup. You can't separate us because we are one. This is the creative source known as God. All of creation comes from this source. It's beyond time and space. We are linear, yet the source is beyond our comprehension. Yet we all come from it. We have a spark of this inside of us. We are never alone. We may think we are. We are created in the image of our Father. Our true essence comes from God. If this is true, why don't we have peace on earth right now? Good question. We have free will. We have free choice. You choose what you want. There's no judgment. I see that life is like a video game. At each level you learn and gather wisdom. At a certain point you advance to the next level. Imagine we are playing this game, yet we aren't aware of it. We don't even know that there's a video game that we can play. Many human beings are like this. We complain and moan about life. We are like leaves blowing in the wind. Our outside circumstances dictate our state of mind. We hold grudges and resentment. We are polarized with people who don't think the same way as we do. Look at our political system today. Neither side can talk to one another. Yet a wise man knows that there's a video game of life. He slowly understands how to play the game. In each and every moment, he tries to monitor his thoughts and actions. Yes, he will stumble and fall, much like a baby does when she learns how to walk. Eventually, the baby learns how to walk and run with the wind. In the same way, we can learn how to control how we react to this world around us. We discover the world within. We discover our piece of the puzzle, which ultimately helps in bringing peace to this planet. Our goal is to take care of our inner garden. We need to pull the weeds, toil the soil, and water daily. Our world would change for the better if we all did this. There's a point in the video game where we experience the oneness of all life. You see, we are all one. We are not separate. We just think so. We are living in an old energy for thousands of years. Constantly we have wars with each other and can't see eye to eye. So how do I play this video game of life? The first step is free will and free choice. You must make a conscious decision to learn how to play the game of life. You see, most of our life is a habit. Our subconscious is in control. We speak what comes to our mind. We mostly have the same daily routine. Get up, brush your teeth, eat breakfast. We have our daily commute to work or school. Our daily habits are ingrained in our body. Basically, we are walking around not being aware of our true nature. When one realizes there's another way to live, one begins to learn how to change moment by moment. One begins to see that no one can walk this path for you. None is going to save you. You are responsible for changing and discovering your true nature. Now help is always there. You are never alone. You can do this. It just takes one small baby step after another. I don't have words to say about how incredible this game of life is. Each and every moment we can change for the better. We can reach for the stars. This is our true nature. When mankind discovers this and practices this, peace will be on earth. You see, you and I are one. The golden rule. Do not impose on others what you do not wish for yourself. This is one of the guiding principles of life that Confucius taught his followers 5 centuries before Jesus taught the golden rule with similar words. In Matthew 7:12, Christ says, "Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that man should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets." This living principle has been known for eternity. Yet, in our day-to-day affairs, we miss the boat. I believe most people try to live with the golden rule in mind. Most people try to be kind and considerate of others. Unfortunately, we see so much drama in our worlds. We are still fighting with each other. Emotionally, we are still babes in the wood. Yet man is waking up from its slumber. The golden rule expresses the unity of all. It expresses the oneness of all life. We are all created by God. We all come from the same place, regardless of our race, color, or creed. We are one beautiful family. Can you imagine if the entire world just lived by this simple principle? There would be peace on earth. Today, in our politics, you win elections with a huge amount of money. You try to slander your opponent as much as you can. You make up stories that the other person tries to defend. We elect people whose only concern is to stay in power. They lack morals and ethics. We have Christians who overlook their values and embrace our current president. Imagine if the other side did just one of the current president's antics, they would be impeached. How do we as a world live by the golden rule? We must change our ways. We must discover our true nature. We must learn how to be kind in diversity. We must cultivate love and compassion. There must be in each and every moment a conscious decision. We must think before we speak. We must monitor what we say. If it's putting gasoline on the fire, don't say it. Monitor your actions. Once you do an action, you can't take it back. The other person may forgive you, but they won't forget what you did. Our current president must learn this. How many people has he mocked, and he doesn't care, yet he is in office. If we, as a people, would do this, our world would truly change. Our political systems would change for the better. Imagine voting for a president who has the highest amount of kindness and compassion towards their fellow man instead of our current system. Nobody would vote for a power mongrel or one who doesn't want to represent the people. Over time, we would have a kind government, a government for the people and by the people. We would truly take care of our people. Instead of spending trillions of dollars on a war, that money would be spent on improving the lives of all. War would be obsolete. We would use our wisdom to solve the problems of today. We would look back in the future and see how barbaric we once were. You see, this will happen. Humanity is evolving. Doom and gloom is not our true nature. These are not just words. You can, at any given moment, change for the better. Kindness is your true nature. Love and compassion for all is your true nature. Your mirror is cloudy, so you can't see your true reflection. You can clean your own mirror. All the great masters in the past told you so. Lo and behold, the kingdom of heaven exists inside of you. All the great teachings have said the same thing, using different words. The essence is the same. These are exciting times. I love to see the compassion people have for one another. People are helping each other all around the world. The news gives us a very small fraction of the good people have. In my eyes, the news should be reversed. We should show the good things humanity is doing and maybe have a small segment on the negative. Today, our news is delivered to provide shock and awe for ratings. The almighty buck wins. You see, just like in voting, your vote counts. You have a piece of the puzzle. The puzzle can't be complete if you don't discover your true nature. What do you have to lose? Do you truly like the current state of affairs? How would you like that in each and every moment the world would be kind to you and your family? How insane that we have children who go to school and have to pass through metal detectors. How can we learn in that environment? 1 out of every 5 children in the United States doesn't have food to live on. That's a sad situation. You see, once humanity embraces the golden rule, these problems will go away. We can truly care and have love and compassion for all. We can truly see and experience that we are all one. This is called the golden age for man. Ponder this over. You can make a difference in this world. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe. You just don't know it. We are all custom designed by God. Yesterday, I heard an interesting interview with Bruce Lipton. He is a scientist and has a fascinating story to tell. He wasn't interested in God, religion, or anything spiritual. His passion was science and biology. He was studying the structure of cells. One day, he discovered that our cells have antennas embedded on the surface of the cells. We have trillions of cells, and each cell had this antenna. He thought to himself, mind you, I'm paraphrasing what he said. He asked himself, what are these antennas for? For what purpose do we have for them? In the real world, He thought of a TV set. You have an antenna which receives signals from a broadcast. You can change the channel and a different TV program will appear on the screen. At this point, it gets extremely interesting. Somehow, he has an epiphany that our awareness and consciousness is being broadcast from God or the quantum field. Each one of us has unique signatures. He realized that the body will die, yet our essence is always the same. We can never die. Our essence is eternal. To his amazement, he discovered that God exists inside of us. The treasures exist inside. We are hardwired to discover the universe within. Imagine all this took place within 5 minutes. From that point on, his goal was to discover his true nature. The clues are there in plain sight. Bruce then, as a scientist, began to use the lab within to discover his true nature. In the interview, Bruce said that some Jesuits said that, "Give me a child for 7 years, and I will tell you how the child will grow up." The first 7 years, a child will pick up the good, bad, and ugly. A child's brain is theta, which everything external gets sucked in from 0 to 7 years old. This goes directly into our subconscious. Now, imagine that we live our lives 98% of the time from our subconscious. Our subconscious drives our life. This means that our lives are being driven from our early childhood. While pursuing ourselves and discovering our true nature, we live most of our lives driven by our subconscious. We react like leaves blowing in the wind. Our body is so entwined with our subconscious that we react automatically without being aware. Imagine our subconscious is like a hard drive. It has tons of data stored from the ages of 0 to 7. When an event occurs, the subconscious will go instantly to the hard drive and it knows how to react. Notice, we are oblivious to what's going on. This is mankind to a T. We have been fighting for so long. The world is on fire. People flame each other on Facebook. We have a president who tweets whatever comes to his mind. Humanity is on the verge of a major breakthrough. The signs that we were built to discover are all around us. We have all the instruments inside of us to discover our true nature. We are about to go from me to we, which is the title of this book. Imagine every single person on earth is hardwired to discover we all came from the same place. We are all family, regardless of race, color, or creed. Our true nature is kindness. Our true nature is love and compassion. We are all a spark of the divine. We are the universe. We just don't know it. These are exciting times. You hold a piece of the puzzle of life inside of you. You can change and discover your true nature. Millions of people are waking up. Recently, science and religion are really talking about the same thing. Discoveries that Bruce saw are major scientific breakthroughs for all of us. Bruce saw in a flash of light that we are being broadcasted from the quantum field. We have our name that God knows and the universe knows. Every human life is special. With our free choice and free will, we can, moment by moment, be on a conscious journey to discover our true essence. Ponder this over. Let's continue how a human being is hardwired to find God. Many scientists think that a part of our DNA is multidimensional and quantum. We contain the blueprint of God inside of us. From this blueprint, a human being is created. We are created in the image of God. When I was young, I loved to study the great wisdom from India. I still do. The Indians have a theory that everything we do and say is recorded into an energy frequency. This energy frequency can be read in some part of time in the future. There are people who will fine-tune themselves to be able to read the Akashic records from another person. Now recently, many people think that in our DNA, we have a multi-dimensional DNA which contains the blueprint of God. Now imagine in this blueprint contains the entire essence of the universe and the essence of your soul's journey in the universe. You are eternal. You can never die. Your body will. Many people are discovering this concept and learning how to mine the Akashic record for themselves. Can you imagine how incredible that would be? It means that you could stop any diseases coming your way. You would be in tune with God and listen to the wisdom that lies within. You could bring back all the positive attributes you have learned on your magnificent journeys in life. A person could tap into the future and bring back wisdom such as inventions that would help our fellow man. From that state, it would be easy to go from me to we. If we could consciously tap into the oneness and blueprint of the universe. As you can see, the car is sitting in the garage gathering dust. The car is meant to be driven on the freeway of life. Moment by moment, we can drive our car and gather a greater understanding of why we are alive. We spend most of our lives in a survival mode. We spend most of our times living by our habits and subconscious. Imagine we're literally hardwired to discover our true essence. Yet, so many humans are oblivious to this fact. You see, we have free will and free choice. The entire universe lives by this law. At times I think, well, maybe human beings shouldn't have free choice and we would come into this world and never forget our true nature. Peace would always prevail on earth. Anger and war would not exist. Heaven would be on earth. Yet, life is a grand adventure. We come into this world to discover our true nature and to help transform this world from darkness to light. It's a cosmic game. This isn't the first time this game has been played. For time immemorial, this game has been played through the universe and countless other universes. The entire universe is watching us and cheering for us. They are rooting us on. We have incredible coaches that help and assist us. Yet, they can't take a single step for us. You see, each of us has to play the game without any steps taken by another being. These are exciting times. We as humanity is going from me to we for thousands of years because of thinking. It's all about me. We have fought countless wars. We're living in an era where this is changing right before our eyes. Ponder this over. You are hardwired to discover God. You contain within your DNA the blueprint of God. For over 5,000 years, the Indians have discovered flower petal-shaped vortexes of energy lying across 7 different areas on our spinal column. These chakras are definitely directly connected to the endocrine system of glands. These chakras are responsible for distributing energy through the body. When there is a blockage, disease will occur. In our next chapter, we will talk about the Chinese discoverer of meridians. I won't go through the specifics of each chakra. Here's a general overview of each one. The following information came from color-meanings.com. The root chakra. The Sanskrit word for this chakra is Muladhara chakra. Mul means root. The chakra colors associated with the root chakra is red. The root chakra defines our relationships to Earth. It impacts our vitality, passion, and survival instincts. The red chakra colors are also indicative of our need for logic and order, physical strength, and sexuality, as well as the fight or flight response when faced with danger. The sense of smell in the human body is connected to the root chakra. The gland to which the root chakra is affected is the gonads. The sacred chakra. The chakra colors associated with the sacral chakra is orange. This chakra relates to the water element in the human body. The chakra colors are orange, which impacts sexuality, reproductive function, joy, desire, and even creativity, compassion for others. The sense of taste is associated with the sacral chakra. Glands and organs impacted by this chakra include the lymphatic system, female reproductive organs, large intestine, pelvis, and bladder. The solar plexus chakra. The Sanskrit words for this chakra is Manipura chakra, which literally translates to City of Jewels. Thus, the solar plexus chakra is the personal power chakra that is responsible for one's personal and professional success. The chakra colors, yellow, of this energy vortexes are associated with fire, energy, change, etc. This element of fire, when balanced and harmonious, allows one to feel more confident, cheerful, and energetic, along with the right amount of respect for self and others. Our sense of sight is associated with the solar plexus chakra. The glands or organs associated with the solar plexus chakra are the adrenal glands. The heart chakra. Anahata chakra, or the heart chakra, is associated with the chakra colors green. This chakra influences our relationships and has the air element. A weak heart chakra is responsible for sabotaging the relationships through distress, anger, and envy, etc. The sense of touch is impacted by the heart chakra, and the glands connected to it are the thymus and lymph. The throat chakra. The Vishuddha chakra refers to our true voice. As the name suggests, the throat chakra, with its chakra colors blue, is associated with the ability to communicate, listen, etc. The glands to which the throat chakra is attached are the esophagus, ears, throat, thyroid, jaws, teeth, and neck vertebrae. The etheric element of the throat chakra, when balanced, allows an individual to have pleasant voice, artistic abilities, expressive ways, and also ability to be in a higher place spiritually. The individuals with a balanced throat chakra are able to meditate well and use their energy efficiently and artistically. The third eye chakra. the Anja chakra, literally translates to center of knowing or monitoring. This chakra is associated with the chakra colors indigo and is connected to the pineal or pituitary gland. Those with a well-balanced brow chakra can have telepathic abilities, charismatic personality, and they often do not have any fear of death. The element of electricity or telepathy, along with the chakra colors of indigo, are associated with our sense of thought. The crown chakra. This chakra is known as Sahasrara chakra in Sanskrit and is associated with the chakra colors of violet or purple. The crown chakra is associated with the pituitary gland, nervous system, and the brain and head region with its elements of light. In its balanced state, this chakra can render individuals the ability to perform miracles, transcend the laws of nature, and have a heightened awareness of death and immortality. Now, according to the great masters and mystics, the journey begins at the base of the spine. There lies the Ida and the Pingala nerve. Imagine a column called the Sushumna, which is not physical, which goes from the bottom of the spine. Here's a definition of the Sushumna from Wikipedia. Sushumna, very gracious, kind, runs along the spinal cord in the center through the 7 chakras. Under the correct conditions, the energy of Kundalini is said to uncoil and enter Sushumna through the Brahma Dwara or Gate of Brahma at the base of the spine. The Shiva Shamanta Treaty on Yoga states, for example, that out of 350,000 nadis, 14 are particularly important, and among them, the 3 just mentioned are the 3 most vital. It seems to me that God hardwired each individual human being, to help discover his true nature. The journey begins at the base of the root chakra. Here, the consciousness of me, and me reside. The human being is existing in a state of survival mode. The goal in life is to master each chakra and ultimately arrive at the crown chakra and enter its doors. At this state, one will realize that I am the universe. We are all one. This is our true state of existence. We are all one huge, gigantic family. Each one is responsible for discovering our true nature. The world would be in a better place if we all did this. Ponder this over. So you think that you are hardwired to find God? Maybe in time. Maybe it's time to use your inner key to start the engine. The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The nameless is the beginning of heaven and earth. The name is the mother of 10,000 things. Ever desireless, one can see the mystery. Ever desiring, one can see the manifestations. These two spring from the same source, but differ in name. This appears as darkness, darkness within darkness, the gate to all mystery.
David, the dragon. Hi, I'm David, the dragon. I'm best of friends with little Ricky. You read about me in the story. I'm over 5,000 years old. I'm still young at heart. You see, I take care of myself. Where I come from, the British Isles, the dragons really didn't have any common sense. You could say common sense is uncommon. Where I come from, the dragons didn't exercise or eat good foods. They partied all throughout the night. To be frank, They didn't have a clue about universal law. They were only interested in acquiring stolen treasure and fighting. Boy, what kind of existence is that? When we flew from the west to the east, our entire lifestyle changed for the better. We started to take a look at how to make a better life for the dragons. As you see, only young dragons came with us. The rest were stuck in their old ways. Quite frankly, they had no desire to change. They liked misery. Well, we decided to have a grand adventure. We learned how to meditate from Zoran, and the rest is history. We learned very young that life is an external and internal adventure. Bet you nobody told you that. We came to a point where we could see energy all around us and in us, that there was a block over time. Disease would take place. You see, in the bodies of humans and dragons lie a vast number of rivers and streams. In a healthy body, these rivers and streams are flowing properly. But the more ones have a life out of balance, these rivers and streams get clogged up and don't flow properly. The water over time becomes stagnant and mosquitoes can fester. This is where disease manifests. Here's an example of anger. When a person is always angry, this blocks the rivers and streams inside the body. Over time, the body becomes angry and can fight against itself. You call this cancer. Cancer is anger cells. We discovered a long time ago that by using needles at a certain point on the body, we can begin to block the rivers and streams. Yet the acupuncturist can help to unblock these dams. Yet it's up to you to change, modify, and learn how to be healthy. In the West, you go to a doctor and take the medicine. Your symptoms go away. Your drugs have side effects. The patient takes no responsibility. No wonder your system is messed up. A wise person begins to listen to them and change accordingly. This person realizes that proper rest is the key. In the West, sleep and rest is sort of a nuisance. They don't have the understanding of how important it is. In order for the body to heal and repair, it needs rest. Period. We live such a fast pace, we have forgotten why we need sleep and rest in the first place. The acupuncture during this time had an easy job. He knew how to break the dam and let the waters flow properly. He might give some healing herbs to the child. The child understood completely that the acupuncturist could only assist so far in the process. She knew that it was up to her to follow through and live day by day the natural laws of life. You see, their culture was understanding and practicing every moment these natural laws. Unfortunately, in our world, today's man has lost touch with his true nature. Consequently, disease is quite common. Our herbs that are given out are organic and have no side effects. They are extremely beneficial in helping the body to balance. Your Western medicine has extreme side effects and can cause death. Listen to the commercials today. You will hear a lovely voice telling all the side effects that drugs have. They are concerned to make a profit. That is the bottom line. No, kids, listen to this story. Only your generation can change this wacky system. You can look at different and natural ways. You can see chemicals are the least effective ways for healing. Their scientists know about energy, but at the present moment, Only a few doctors are researching about the power of energy. This is where acupuncture comes in. In the future, there will be myriads of different discoveries and inventions. The more a society becomes more aware, the more the discoveries can occur. You see, only in an open society can change occur for the better. These new discoveries can be used for good, or they can be a complete disaster. The nuclear bomb is a prime example. The genie got loose, and now the world is trying to find out how to rein in the genie. You see, your world has a lot to learn. Imagine most of the world is looking externally, but the jewel lies within, being that balance between the external and internal. Millions of people are waking up to this fact. At a certain point in time, when humanity truly understands this, your inventions will be so-called a miracle in life. In fact, they aren't miracles in life, but your understanding is at a different level. Your cell phone would be considered a gift from God 500 years ago. I bet each one of you kids knows how to operate one. You have no problems with that. In the same way, the more you understand the laws of the universe, more incredible inventions will come your way. Nature wants to give her incredible gifts, but you have to be in sync to receive them. Anger, war, and greed will never be the way to discover these gifts. For thousands of years, war is not the answer. It has never solved anything and never will. Only the kids can truly change for the better. Hopefully, you will listen to this story and remember your generation can change for the better. The seeds have been planted many millions of years ago. You can be the fruit that can change this world. Remember, you are never alone. Someday you will realize this. You will see that all of humanity and the dragons are in the same boat together. You are the universe. You just don't know it.
Wow, we are directly hardwired to find God. Yet we are so dense at this present moment. How can the world at large discover their true nature? Did you know that the same power that is keeping you alive is keeping the universe alive? Behind your breath lies the secret of life. The universe is keeping you alive. The mystics have known this for thousands of years. On average, a person at rest takes about 16 breaths per minute. This means we breathe about 960 breaths an hour, 23,040 breaths a day, 8,409,600 a year. Unless we get a lot of exercise, the person who lives to 80 will take about 672,768 breaths in a lifetime. We are breathing, yet most of the time we aren't aware of our breath. By focusing on the breath moment by moment, one begins to dive deep into the infinite ocean of life. Here are some simple and easy yet powerful meditations you can do. Sit-down meditation. For me, this is the foundation for life. Without this practice, Personally, I don't think a person will travel far on this path. You see, by closing your eyes and concentration on your breath, you are closing the doors to the external world and opening the doors within. Each time you do this on a day-to-day basis, your understanding and experience grows. As I said in the beginning, you meditate upon the universe. After some point in time, the universe starts to meditate on you. This is a melding of energy. The mind is like a tuning fork. Whatever it focuses on, it vibrates at that frequency. When your mind concentrates on your breath, it vibrates to love and compassion. Mind you, this is a slow journey. Rome was not built in a day. The earth took billions of years before humans came upon the scene. You see, we are hardwired to discover God. Enjoy the journey of meditation. In the beginning, you will probably meditate just for yourself. At some point, a person gets more spiritually mature, and you will meditate for all sentient beings. Did you know that by concentrating on your breath is the foundation for many of the world's meditation practices? It is as old as time. I've been meditating for around 47 years, and each and every day I'm grateful to do so. My advice, put your heart and soul into this practice. Many people don't like to meditate. They say, it's boring. Well, your mind is boring. Meditation is not boring. The universe is not boring. You are bored. The mind is bored. Change your mindset. You are playing the video game of life. As in all video games, they're supposed to be challenging. This is the most challenging game you will ever play. It's also the most rewarding. You will change in every aspect of your life. You will see that the keys to the universe exist inside of you. You will, over time, learn how to be in harmony with the universe. Words truly can't describe that experience. Imagine there will never be a point in time where you can clap your hands and say, I've learned all that can be learned. Learning and growing is a part of life and the universe. You will never stop learning. You are eternal. I was a surfer for many years. Presently, I live in Kansas, yet I love it here. Meditation and the practice of life is my hobby. I love to discover my true nature in the universe. It's my hobby. I've been doing this for many years now. I've gone through so many incredible levels in this video game. I hope I can help you in playing the game. Even if you don't think there's a video game, you're playing the game, whether you know it or not. You see, 98% of your actions come from your subconscious mind. You aren't even aware of it. Your subconscious mind got developed when you're from 0 to 7 years old. You're playing the same tapes from your early beginnings of life. No wonder we are like leaves blowing in the wind. We react to every situation that comes our way from these early memories in life. We have learned how to be reactive beings and quite good at it. Many of us react when we read this. Don't tell me what to do. We aren't. You have free will and free choice. Personally, if there is a cliff and you are about to walk off the cliff, we want to tell you, hey, there's a cliff in front of you. Many people say it's too hard. Yes, it's hard. Yet at the same time, it's super easy. You can learn to change your attitude, your thoughts, either positive or negative. are the building blocks of your life. I prefer to build love, patience, kindness, compassion, and tolerance in my life. Inside of you contains all the wondrous qualities of the universe. This is your true nature. By closing your eyes daily, you will slowly discover your true nature. Learn how to love, to meditate. It's probably the most significant thing a human being can do. When you concentrate on your breath, you're constantly bringing the mind back towards your center point. The mind loves to wander. Mystics have said to control your mind is the most difficult thing to do in the universe. I bet you for the last 47 years, I've brought my mind back to the center point, probably around 1 billion times. Yet, if I look back from where I started and where I am today, there's a difference between night and day. In the beginning, my mind was out of control. It still is, yet my mind is my friend. The mind's natural state is to wander. The more I drench myself into the ocean of silence, my mind is getting cleansed. Learn how to become friends with your mind. Don't make it an enemy. It's like training a puppy. You could do it. Every time your mind wanders, bring it back. In the beginning, it took a while to sink into the silence. It was like struggling in water. Yet at a certain point, silence would fill you up. It's hard to describe. Over the years, it's gotten so much easier. Now I close my eyes and I'm there. As I said before, in the beginning, you meditate on the universe. At a certain point, the universe meditates on you. Even in this state, one must make conscious decisions to express love, patience, tolerance, and compassion for all. We must also reprogram our subconscious mind to reflect our true nature. And that will be talked about in some other chapter. Once you begin to experience the silence and feel love and compassion while you close your eyes, you can begin to do the next step. In this step, you will slowly learn to concentrate on your breath while you are awake. It's a standing meditation. Imagine you are breathing 24 hours a day, yet you are aware of your breath. Try this the next time you are driving. Turn off the radio. When you are driving, focus on the road and pay attention to your breath. The more you do this, the less you will be in a hurry. I won't say that you will drive like a granny, yet your state of mind will be truly peaceful. You will not have a care in the world. You can be in a traffic jam and you won't have a care in the world. I have a personal theory. The more agitated the mind is, the more reckless and impatient a driver will be. Sometimes you can almost see a fire of anger from a driver. You can see their hands flaring in a state of anger at being impatient. I'm sure they are completely oblivious to their condition. They are just responding automatically without any self-control. Try this every time you drive. Once you begin to feel this wondrous effect while driving, slowly begin to consciously meditate during other activities in your day. For example, do this while someone is talking. Listen truly to what the other person is saying. At the same time, follow your breath. At some point, you will feel the stillness, and at the same time, you will truly listen to what the other person is saying. This leads to incredible communication skills. The other person will know that you are truly listening to them. Most people don't truly listen and are thinking what to say next while the other person is speaking. This leads to broken communication. Now, I say this is our political environment is like that today. Nobody truly listens, yet they only speak without truly thinking. It's more like an automatic response. Our current president does this on Twitter. He tweets nonsense without going through true filters. Emotionally, he's like a child and never grew up. Otherwise, he would never mock someone and call them names. That's for another topic. Need I say more? The more you do this over time, you will be filled with joy and happiness. The more in harmony you are with the universe, the better your life will be. You will truly see and understand that happiness exists inside and nobody can take it away. Your worldly desires will slowly fade away. Most important of all, you will let go of all negative emotions. They don't serve you at all. In fact, they harm your mind and body. You may be angry at some person who wronged you 20 years ago. They have forgotten the incident, yet you still hold on to it for dear life. Meditation and the power to forgive will dissipate the anger. This is just a few things to ponder over and try. Mystics have talked about this for thousands of years. Now is the time for you to simply slowly embrace a new way of looking at life. When I practiced yoga in the 70s, yoga was almost unknown in America. You're out there if you practice it. Today, yoga is practiced all over America. It has been mainstream for many years. In the same way, the world is waking up from their slumber. What I'm saying will be mainstream someday soon. Millions of people are talking about the same thing and are changing their life for the better. Have you gotten yourself into a pattern where you wake up around 1 o'clock in the morning and can't go back to sleep? You are wide awake and restless. Well, this is a perfect time to close your eyes and concentrate on your breath. Just relax and watch the sweetness of breath. Don't struggle. Just watch and feel the love flowing through you. You may go back to sleep and then wake up again. Continually watch your breath. The more you do this, over time, the easier it gets. When you begin to experience love inside of you, try the following. Focus on your breath. Then spend time and focus on each chakra. See Chapter 11. Start from the root chakra and work your way up to the crown chakra. Take your time, don't rush. Imagine this system has always been there, and yet we are oblivious to it. Our mentality is, if I can't see it, I don't believe it. Well, you can't see the air, or see love, but it does exist. This chakra system is part of our being. It's as real as your physical body. You just can't see it. You are hardwired to see God by being aware of these chakras and paying attention to them. You're constantly becoming aware of the mind, body, and soul connection. You can heal yourself over time. You can let go of your emotional baggage. You can slowly change and become in harmony with the universe. You can become more aware. You can learn how to take charge of your life and learn how to be a proactive human being. Most of us live our lives like leaves blowing in the wind. We react to each circumstance without being aware. Our subconscious is running the show. Many people think that sleep is a drag. They wish that they didn't have to sleep. They are obviously not in sync with nature and the universe. Sleep is a time when the body can get rid of toxins from the day. Scientists have discovered between 8 o'clock and 12 o'clock is the best time for the body to repair itself. Unfortunately, most of us are oblivious to this. Every night while we sleep, we tap into the source of life. This is how we recharge ourselves. It's like we have a battery inside that needs to be recharged every night, much like our cell phones need to be recharged. When we wake up from our dreams and can't fall asleep, try this. If you don't want to do this, then spend some time forgiving all those people who have wronged you. Forgive yourself. While you're doing this, try to feel what part of the body is this energy stored in. You see, your negative thoughts and emotions are stored in your human body. We are all carrying boulders inside, and we all feel the weight in ourselves. Forgiveness is the key to drop our emotional baggage. By concentration on your chakras, over time you release emotional baggage from the specific chakra you're focusing on. This path is meant to be fun and full of adventures. As Bugs Bunny once said, don't take life so seriously, because you'll never get out of it alive. These all are tools that you can use on a daily basis. There are hundreds of tools that you can use to change for the better. Most people don't like to change. We have been taught since birth that change is not good. We have been taught to fear change. We don't want to upset the apple cart. Even when we live our lives in misery, we don't want to change for the better. Our world has made us to be complacent and feel numb. Take a look at our media. It only projects the negative, not the positive. That is slowly beginning to change. Most broadcast news channels now present a small positive segment at the end of the newscast. Some have it every day, while others might have it on a Friday. If you just spend a little time each day and use these tools, your life will change for the better. You are the company what you keep. If you just blow this off and say, I don't need to change, I'm fine with myself, that's your free will and free choice. Nobody is going to judge you. All I'm saying is that you are hardwired to discover your true nature. You are the universe. You just don't know it. Imagine that for most of our lives, we have been driving in a car with automatic transmission. This means that the majority of the time, our subconscious is driving the car. Our subconscious was developed between the ages of 0 to 7. During that time period, all the good, bad, and ugly was directly going into our subconscious mind. We are like leaves blowing in the wind. Whatever circumstances comes our way, we react accordingly. We have developed good habits and bad habits. Our body is so entwined with our subconscious that we react without thinking. 98% of our actions are dictated by our subconscious. The goal is to slowly reprogram ourselves. I've been a software engineer for 35 plus years. During this time, I realized that our lives have been programmed. I learned that if I don't like some portion of my life, I can go to the source code and change it for the better. I then can recompile the program and test it out. Over time, the bugs I see in life are fixed, and I can see more clearly. This is an ever-going process. We are constantly changing and morphing into discovering our true nature. We can't rest on our laurels. I remember once upon a time working at the observatory in Maui. I built a dome automation program. I was extremely proud of that fact. When it was done, it was a Friday. I thought they might give me a few days off. It was a huge success. Well, Monday came along and it was business as usual. I got another project to work on. In the same way, each and every day, we have lessons to learn. These lessons will never stop. Change will always occur. The entire universe changes for the better. Change is constant, yet change leads to a greater understanding of ourselves and the universe. We are all divine farmers. As farmers, we have eternal weeds that need to be pulled on a moment-to-moment basis. The more we clear out the weeds, the greater the understanding is that we are all one. Consciously, we are going from me to we. This is an exciting time to be alive. Never before in entire history do we have such a grand opportunity for the world to transform. Granted, the world may seem messed up. It just looks that way. But imagine this, the light of God is shining upon this land. It has been dark for ever so long. War has been around since the dawning of man. Yet the sun is arising in the sky. Soon it will be noon, and the darkness will not exist. You see, darkness is the absence of light. Currently, light is shining, and the darkness has no place to hide. Look at our world today. So many things that have been swept underneath the carpet are being revealed today. Look at the scandals in the Catholic Church and the sexual harassment cases being revealed. The more we discover our true nature and take care of our inner garden, the faster peace on earth will occur. Humanity once again will discover our true nature. We are all tied together through the thread of love. Darkness has been around forever so long. We can do this. The ones in control don't want us to change. Yet humanity wants to live in love, peace, and compassion. We have been fighting for thousands of years, and we've had enough of it. Millions of people are waking up. Each one of us is custom built and has their own particular way to go within. We're all learning how to be tolerant with each other. Each culture has a unique way to discover God within. My way is my way. Your way is your way. Love is the thread that binds us together. By removing our weeds, we can see more clearly. We remove our mask of judgment towards each other, and we can see the unity of all. When this happens, a huge celebration will occur throughout the universe. Man has gone from darkness to light. Man has gone from man to a truly divine human. Man means mind. Human means divine mind. We have transcended all our negativity and left them behind for good. A new dawning has occurred. The kingdom of heaven will be upon this earth. Mark these words. It will take time, that change is coming. Millions of people are waking up from their slumber. Humanity is slowly learning how to go from darkness to light. We are learning how to go from the me mentality to the we mentality. Millions of people are waking up from their slumber. Human nature is about to change quite dramatically. We will look at this present era someday in the future and say, what a dark age it was. Where was humanity coming from? Well, it was a mixture of dark and light. It was predominantly dark. People flame each other. The world is in disarray. I could go on for hours, and still people are waking up from their slumber. A new dawning is occurring. Can you imagine the changes that will occur when we totally transform from me to we? It means that bullies will no longer exist. It means that politicians will be elected by their state of kindness, love, and compassion. A person who tries to run a negative campaign will no longer be elected. We will probably still have a two-party system, but they will truly work together and get things done. We will actually pass laws that are beneficial for all, not just the rich. People will learn how to compromise with each other. When you can see through the eyes of the other person, you can see both sides of the issue. Our whole society will change for the better. Granted, change will be slow, but all beneficial changes are slow. Yet over time, we will see incredible changes that have occurred. We will be most pleased where the world is heading. We will finally take care of the poor and homeless. New ideas will come out that the world will be properly fed. Finally, people will learn how to solve any problems. The solutions are there, and we have to think outside of the box. With man connecting directly to the source within, the answers to many unsolvable problems in the past can now be solved. Many incredible inventions will come out, but the dangers of war now obsolete. Invention from the quantum world may come to fruition. These inventions could never occur presently due to the warring nature of man. Humanity will live to a grand old age. Disease will be a thing of the past. Humanity will learn how to be in harmony with nature. Most of the diseases will soon perish from the earth. You see, disease can't live in a being who is full of life. The disease occurs in a being whose body and mind are unhealthy. This will take time, and many adjustments must occur, but this is where humanity is heading. Never before in our history have we seen such an incredible human shift in awareness. Consequently, for this new awareness, this kind of change will occur on this planet. Our daily news will be focused on the new discoveries and positive changes that are occurring around the world. Every day, something new and incredible is happening. The world will be in constant amazement. Society will be amazed how quickly so many of the world's problems will disappear into the night. Religious groups will honor and love each other. Many people will go visit other religions and enjoy the meal by seeing a different new food of thought being presented. They will see how barbaric it was in the past that religions caused so many wars. Unity and tolerance will prevail throughout the land. This is where humanity is heading towards. Many new ways of thought will occur that we don't have the vision to see or even think about. A huge global transformation will occur. We are on the verge of becoming something so grand and magnificent. It would be a fairy tale-like event, yet it would be real. Ponder this over. We are living in exciting times.